ladies and any fabulous gentlemen who are watching my channel. Today's video is going to be a hopefully quick review of the comparison between the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette and the Bad Habit Athena palette. Is it Bad Habit? Yes. So I had seen this. I actually purchased both of these. Are purchased by my own money. This is what it looks like. Obviously everybody has seen it, but the packaging is pretty good. But I wanted, when Bad Habit came out with what everybody was toting as a dupe, I definitely wanted to pick it up because the Huda Beauty is definitely an expensive palette, and if you can get this one for as cheap as it is and it's just as good, then I don't want to say I'm not brand loyal, but to me, eyeshadows are eyeshadows. If there's something out there that's cheaper and works just as good, then I'm all for it. I don't necessarily have to spend an arm and a leg to get the same thing just because it has a popular name on it. So that's just me personally. So let's do a quick comparison. So the Huda Beauty, I purchased mine at Sephora. It is $65. It got 943 reviews. It's got, I think, like, what, 5.5 stars. Definitely a palette that everybody raves about, and you can see it all over YouTube. So the Athena palette, I actually purchased, let me pull it up, I actually purchased on Hush Beauty, Hush something, I'll leave it down below, but I purchased a couple palettes from them. Their shipping takes a little bit longer. I feel like Sephora shipping was much quicker, but this Athena by Bad Habit is $12. So you've got $65, $12. That is a gigantic difference. That is a huge difference. Both of them have 18 eyeshadows. The Huda Beauty says that it's 4 ready-to-layer textures, 8 buttery mattes, 6 pressed pearls, 3 duochrome toppers, and 1 daring glitter. The Athena palette has 8 soft and bold mattes, 6 buttery pearl shimmers, and 3 shade-shifting duochrome toppers, and 1 eye-catching glitter. So pretty much the same thing. So as far as packaging goes, they are pretty much packaged the same way. Obviously, they're different in style, but as far as size, they match up perfectly. I would say the Athena packet, when I say perfectly, I'd say the Athena packet is a hair bigger, a hair taller, but super, I mean, it's so very similar in size. I think the Athena one is a tinge bigger than the Huda Beauty one. So as far as the packaging, the Beauty one does have, it is made out of kind of that cardboard, and it does have that magnetic thing. The Athena one is pretty much similar. It is made out of cardboard, and it does have that magnetic, but as far as comparing the two, the Huda Beauty one is definitely heavier than the Athena one. It definitely feels higher end. Just holding it into my hand between the two, this one definitely has a lot more weight to it, and the card is of higher quality than the Athena one. The Athena one, when you open it up, you can hear it kind of makes this crinkling noise. Not that it's even that big of a deal, but that's the difference. So both of them do have a mirror at the top, so you can, see what you're doing. The Huda Beauty one is bigger, so you can see there's a lot less around here, but definitely a bigger mirror, and it has the Huda Beauty on there. Now, the layout of the two are different as far as the colors go. This one does not perfectly match the shades. As far as the layout is, they're a little bit different. So it's, when you kind of look at it, you're like, okay, it's similar, but the shades are a little bit rearranged. So as far as the size of the eyeshadows, they are, and I have to be careful because when I got the Athena one, it had a broken color, but I kind of meshed it together. So these are the two differences. This is the Huda Beauty one. This one is the Athena. So as far as the size of the eyeshadows, they are very similar in the quantity that you get. But you can kind of see that the shades, like here is the glitter shade on the Huda one. The glitter shade in the Athena one is over here. So it's kind of slightly shifted, but they are very similar colors, and you do get the same amount of eyeshadow sizes as you do for both of them. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick swatch thing, compare the Athena palette and the Huda Beauty eyeshadows on swatches so you can kind of see the difference, and then following that I will show you me putting on my makeup using the same colors and which ones blend better with the brushes and stuff like that. So stay tuned. So this one is the Desert Sand from HB. This is the Purity from Athena. So similar, this one, I feel like the Athena one is a little bit more pigmented. It is a little bit chalkier than the HB one, but very similar in color. I think if you build up the HB one, it will be just as pigmented. This is the HB Musk color. This is the Athena Truth color. Again, similar with the other one, I feel like the Athena one is more pigmented. It was easier to blend than the HB color. This is the HB Eden color. This is the Velour Athena color. Very similar. I feel like the HB color is a bit more pigmented, has more of an orangey tone, whereas the Athena color is a little bit more of a pinky tone. This is the HB Amber color. This is the Athena Heroic color. Very, very similar. I feel like the Heroic color is a bit more pigmented. This is the HB Blood Moon color. This is the Athena Divine color. They're very similar. They blended similarly. Definitely same pigment. This is the HB OUD color. This is the Athena Clover color. I feel like the HB color has a little bit more of a mauve undertone, whereas the Athena is more of a true brown undertone. This is the HB Celestial color. This is the Athena Cunning color. So I feel like the HB color has a little bit more of like a taupey undertone, whereas the Athena one has more of that pink undertone. This one is the HB Nefertiti color. This is the Athena Fierce color. Very, very similar. I feel like the HB color has a little bit more glitter, whereas the Athena one has a little bit more sheen. This color is the Twilight from HB, and this color is Epic from Athena, and those are pretty much spot on. This is the HB Amethyst color. This is the Athena Justice color, so very, very similar. This is the HB Royal color. This is the Athena Wisdom color, so again, pretty much spot on with both of those. This is the color Retrograde from the HB palette. This is the color Gleam from the Athena palette. I feel like the HB palette has a little bit more, I guess a brown undertone, and the Athena palette has that bluish undertone. This is the HB color Cashmere, and then this is the Athena color Triumph, and those are pretty much spot on. This is the color Angelic from the HB palette. This is the color Medusa from the Athena palette. I would say they're very similar. The HB palette has a little bit more of that goldy undertone, whereas the Athena palette has a little bit more of that pink picking up. This is the color Cosmo, that's the glittery shade that's in the HB palette. This is the color Daring in the Athena palette. These two are very different, and I don't know if the camera is picking it up. The Huda Beauty one, Cosmo, it's very splotchy. I didn't put any primer or anything on it because I wanted just to show what they swatched like, but it's very splotchy. I feel like a glitter glue would go a long way. The Athena palette one is not splotchy. I don't feel like a glitter glue, as far as getting the pigmentation and not having it be splotchy. I'm trying to focus. But this one just blends so much easier. It doesn't have that splotchiness to it like the HB one does. Now, the big key thing here is not only are they different on the way that they apply, but they also are different colored. The HB one has more of that goldy coppery tone, whereas the Athena one has red glitter in it. So they are not the same color. They're slightly different. But between the two, the Athena palette, in my opinion, swatches so much easier. So this is the Turkish Delight from the HB palette. This is Prize Color from the Athena. They both are pretty spot on as far as color, and they swatch very similarly. This is the Saffron color from the HB palette. This is the Power color from the Athena palette, and these two swatch and the colors are very similar. So this is the Blazing color from the HB palette. This is Lore from the Athena palette. So pretty much spot on color wise and swatching. So I have my little swatch thing, so I'm going to use the same brush to apply the makeup just so that there's, it's consistent. So I'm going to apply my transition shade or my all over color shade. I just want to make sure there's nothing on the brush. So I'm going to go first in with this, I don't know if you can see it, this Eden color. It's just kind of a peachy kind of, I guess a peachy color. So I'm going to go in all over with that. I'm going to go in with this Velour color. That's the same color as the Huda Eden color, and it's the same thing. It's very, very powdery. A lot of powder kind of came up when I was dipping my brush in. Now I do have to say, just looking at both of the colors, I did have to go in twice with the Huda Eden color, but with the HB color, I found that with the Athena color, the Athena palette, it blended out a little bit better. I don't feel like I need to go back in and do a swipe, whereas with the Eden color, the HB color, I had to go in there twice to kind of get the pigmentation that I wanted. So there's one difference with that. Let me see. But like I said, both of them have a lot of powder that's picked up when you dip your brush in there. I'm going to go in with this brush right here. Just make sure that there's nothing on it. Let's do this amethyst color. I'm just going to go crazy with this. So this is amethyst. It's kind of a really, really pretty purple color. I'm just going to dip my brush just a little bit and just kind of use this as my corner color. Go back in. And I actually really, I've had the Huda Beauty palette for a while now, and I love the colors. I took it with me on vacation when I went to Colorado for Thanksgiving, and I absolutely loved it, but I just felt like that I just got the same look every single time. So I'm going to go in with this color, the Athena palette, the Justice color. It's a very similar shade. I do have to say, the Athena palette to me is much more pigmented than the Huda Beauty palette. You see the difference there? That was just one swipe, one little dab into the Athena palette, and I feel like I just got so much more color payoff than the HB one. Yeah, just so much more pigmentation with that one, which is kind of surprising. Let's do this angelic color. It's a pinky color. It's just pink. It's got some gold undertone. And again, this color, the amethyst color, the purple wasn't as powdery, but this one and the Eden color, the amethyst or the angelic and the Eden color, super, super powdery when you put your brush into it. Super pretty color. Take my brush off. Now I'm going to go in with this Medusa color. Seems to be similar to the angelic color. Not as much powder, you can see here. I mean, it's super powdery, but not as much as the HB one. And yeah, amazingly, and I'm super surprised by this, but so much more pigmentation, so much easier to blend. I feel like the HB palette is super muted, Just very, you know, pretty, but super muted. And then these colors are just like, okay, boom, there it is. Go in with, kind of do the bottom of my eyelashes. I'm gonna go in with this musk color. So it's just a very, very light tan color. And honestly and truly, I don't use it that much. Now for the Athena palette, I'm going to go in with this Truth color. Seems to be a very, very similar color. This one's a little bit more powdery than the HB one, and it's a slight, it's a tinge darker. Not super dark, but it is a little bit darker. And I actually like that side better. Interesting. So similar eye look. I mean, obviously you can see I use the same exact colors, the dupes for the HB palette, and I have to say, for the price difference, I like the Athena palette better. It blends easier. I feel like it's much more pigmented. See if you can see the difference in the lighting. So this is the HB, this is the Athena palette. And I just feel like this one is so much more pigmented. It was a little bit easier to blend. Super interesting. And as far as the packaging and stuff like that, it's the same, but you can kind of see, I mean, you saw it, it's similar colors, and I just feel like you get a lot more payoff with the Athena palette. So let me go ahead and finish my makeup, and then I'll be right back. So you've seen, you know, the price difference, you've seen the swatches, you've seen how both of them go on. So what is my final verdict? I actually am very, very pleasantly surprised between these two palettes and how much the Athena palette is very, I mean, spot on to the Huda Beauty one. I've done comparison videos like this before with the naked palettes and everything, and I was kind of blown away with the Athena palette, to be completely honest. If I had not purchased the Huda Beauty palette with my own money, I definitely would go out and get the Athena one. The amazing thing to me, or what kind of shocked me, is the fact that I actually like the Athena palette better than the Huda Beauty. Aside from the price and everything, which obviously is it's a big deal, but I felt like the Athena eyeshadows were more pigmented, they blended better, and I just liked them better. So the fact that this is considerably cheaper than the Huda Beauty one, and the shades were more pigmented and it blended better, I actually like this one better. Compared to the two, I would say the Bad Habit Athena palette all day long, every day of the week. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have tried either one of these palettes, please leave your comments below and let other viewers know how you liked it or what your comparison was. But honestly and truly, my final verdict is, if you are interested in getting the Huda Beauty and you see it all over Instagram and you love the colors, definitely save your money, go to Hush Beauty or whatever, I'll link it down below, and purchase the Athena palette for $12. I promise you, you're going to love the fact that you only spent $12 on it, which is crazy for a palette, but you're going to love the colors and you're going to like them more than the Huda Beauty, which is crazy for me to say, but honestly and truly, like this one a lot better. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Until next time, bye.